And hello, everyone. Welcome back to Frontline in the Trenches, FPL in the Trenches, here on Frontline League on Twitter, the Frontline Prediction League. You can like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below. Let's get out of the way. I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me today, as always on Trenches, is my good friend, BeerMeJesus. How are you today, BeerMe?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. It's September, and it's mid-September. And that means October's almost here, and that kind of freaked me out when I realized it today. Just a thing, just a random thought. It's going by quick. We have results to talk about yet again because it's that time of year. But thankfully, bear me, there's no show this weekend, and it's good.
Right.
That's extra good because it's Thursday as we record this, so this weekend is in 2 days. Thanks everybody for the patience on the results coming out on a Wednesday night. This stuff got in the way. As always, stuff happens, and we'll get there. Trenches comes now, so we follow through with that, and good to go. So I hope you're enjoying this on the weekend. But yeah, the next show is Extreme Rules. That's in 2 weeks, so it's not this weekend, but next weekend, because we don't get much of a break. But we're gonna talk about that with some rounding out of that card afterwards, and some other stuff coming up. But first, let's just talk about Death Before Dishonor. It was this past weekend, the ROH house show. It was, as far as the show itself, when you hear on top of the card this weekend when that gets released, awesome show. It was great. So this was a fun one for a lot of people in some ways. Because it was a fun show to watch, but some people had no idea what was going on. So the picks were weird. So might talk about that a little more later as well. But bear me, we've got a full card to talk about here. We've got our name's crooked on the thing, which I need to fix, which I'm doing right now. There we go. We've got full event to cover. You were in the main event. FBU, Bastion, BeerMeJesus, that's you, and the GMSG defeated La Familia, Sebastian Escobar, Dedrick Cyrus, and the Alpha Dog. That was a chaotic match. I had a lot of fun writing. And yeah, you guys took the win, but it's clearly not over between the world champion, Bastion, and the number one contender, Sebastian Escobar, not number two. Very interesting to see what happened there, how it just kept going the whole way through. That's going to be chaotic come Extreme Rules. But how are you reacting now to this match, having beaten La Familia?
It was a tough match, and I'm glad we got the win. Had to sweat it out there towards the end, but it was a good win. We haven't really been doing too well in the faction warfare. We haven't got too many wins, so it was nice to get on the board before. So it was nice.
It's something I can relate to. Something very similar with Infinity. We've not gotten a lot of 3-person wins, so it is good to get that, and especially against La Familia. Like if anyone. They've ran this momentum train all the way to the top, quite literally, not only in the main event, but also with the World Championship involved. This is not going to be that big of a setback, I think, for them, because first off, it's a house show. And secondly, it's still a title match. That's still happening in 2 weeks. So I love the match. Yeah. I love the matchup, like the two teams to go against each other, the veterans versus the dastardly faction, but you guys have your history as well, so played off very well, I thought, going into things. And of course, we'll just talk about it right now in the write-up. No, CJ Hawk did not cash in. So but he's watching, and he watched the end of that match, and he saw that brutality, and he still got the case. And whatever happens, Hell in a Cell at Extreme Rules, we could have a new world champion either way, even if Escobar isn't in the middle. So, anyway, next up, non-title match. This is the Champion of Champions match because we don't have a Clash of Champions apparently. Crown Jewel's coming up at late October, and we got Extreme Rules now, and I mean, it's going to be Survivor Series after that, so Clash of Champions seems to be gone, but we still like those matches. We had a lot of fun with those in JRPL. In the JRPL, those are the words I wanted. And, yeah, so we've got the Canadian champion facing the American champion. Bit of a 2 parts of NAFTA. We just need an American or a Mexican champion to round that out for the old NAFTA agreement.
Right.
But Tando defeated Alexander McKenzie by 2 points. And this was a super fun match that CT wrote. threw him some ideas. I think he was going to run with it anyway, but I love the idea that like Relentendo's the pure rules, the Watson rules champion, and McKennedy's the hardcore American stuff. But they were kind of doing each other's things because McKennedy wants to prove he can wrestle, but Relentendo's so angry that Smooth Rock took his belt and McKennedy's his stablemate over there in Honor Club. Yeah, it's pretty great. It's just fun to see that kind of mishmash of things in this match, and Relentendo got it. He took the win.
Yeah, congrats to him.
Now, both of these men are defending their titles, and yes, despite what you see in the write-up, as it said, Smooth Rock is not the Canadian champion, but he could be after Extreme Rules. And McKennedy, all he's got to do is retain. Like, it's ironic because the Canadian championship, you've got to beat the champion to win it. McKennedy's the one who's been getting like the no contests and draws, and I know, like in Storyline, we kind of bash him for that. It's tough sometimes. You have stipulations and big chunks of your matches go away, and that's what can happen here. But you gotta beat him to win, and no one has. So there you go. We'll see what happens when you face him, BeerMe, in the yes confirmed 10,000 bottle caps match. So we'll get to that a little more detail later. Speaking of Hawk, though, CJ Hawk, Mr. Money in the Bank, went to a no contest. Hey, one of those with Josh Dionio, the perennial American contender. So there's a lot of movement and a lot of like. I don't see that as a setback or a stalemate. That's more just like these guys are on an even level. That's good for JD because that man could be world champion that he just faced. That other man could be world champion in 2 weeks, potentially. So he just went neck and neck with the potential world champion.
I feel like JD's been getting a lot of ties lately. Maybe that's just me. I feel like he's got a lot of.
If anything, that Money in the Bank cash in does give you bonus points, so it'll prevent one of those if he cashes it in. When he cashes it in. So that's a matter of time on that one. But like I said, I hate seeing no contest. It's a bit of a bummer. It's like, I want to win. But I like it as a booker because, like, ooh, they're both that good. Yes. it does work. I do enjoy that a bit. So, yeah. A little more definitive wins, though. I'll just run through all these because they're all 20 to something teens. We had Chappers defeating Ace High, 22-18. Jonathan C.T. Martin on the opposite of all slides, defeating Lexi Briggs, 26-19. Broken Nerd defeating Mystery Mask, 22-13. And me, Scott, defeating Smooth Rock, 25-18. What it is realized on the pictures series, you've got Lexi Briggs doing the pose, Mystery Mask with the finger, and then Smooth Rock doing his pose. It's just the way it goes is kind of funny. Chappers we figured would win. I think we were both picking that one. Excuse me. Yeah. CT, he's just not being stopped right now. That's not happening. He's calling himself the god of the FPL, and I mean, those who believe in him, there you go. Broken Nerd, big rebound after the Relentendo loss, but then the KTL loss. So this now over Mystery Mask, the guy involved in all that, big win for that. More on where that's coming later. And then me, I beat Smooth Rock. The Canadian beat the guy claiming to be Canadian champion, but then he hit me with the belt and it hurt a lot. Bastard. Things you got to do. But lots of fun, those matches. RGX also, 21-20. 1 point! The Faction Hunter, the Faction Hunter took out the leader of the Antidote. And it was so close. I mean, he's just clocking up the wins, but it's clearly not over with them, so yeah. The Gaffer beat Redhead 24-21. Almost at 24-24. That didn't make sense. Roman Pierce beat Bane the Bissa 36-17. The Midnight Rider also got 30. He got 30 even, beating Chef Urban and RateWrestle 25-20 in that triple threat. The Arbiter beat JJ Rocky 21-17. JJ's been on a slide, but he's going to turn that corner and everyone's going to suffer. It's going to be fun when that happens, but it just sucks that we're here. But we'll get there. CM Carlito beat Sherf Dog 20-18. Luke Gray beat Danny Delight Jordison 30-23. Michael Marsh beat Wookie 18-17. And I'll get to the other ones. There's no contest down here. But you might notice Luke Gray does have a different graphic. He did request because he's doing a bit of a character change. Got a different finisher, I believe. RGX might have one as well. And changing things up. So it's not an off. Like, don't ever go, I want a new one. No, please, no. No, but if there's a very specific reason we can work with, or something you don't like say you had someone, the best example I know someone had was Jace. He had Jace Villain, named after Marty Skrull, and then news broke, and he did not want to be affiliated with that. And we're like, yeah, okay, that's a valid reason. Imagine if you were back in the year, I don't know, 2007, and your name was, Rabid Wolverine, and then stuff happened. You might not want that. So that's what I mean. Like, it's understandable, but not just be like, I want a new name. No, that's your name.
I bet that guy would have killed it in the league,
Oh, but if there's a reason, we'll absolutely look into it and discuss it, but not just because it's not a reason. I'll just say that. But we're not against it either. Like, it's got to make sense, and honestly, it's more fun if we can make something out of it too. Like, it's a new direction, it's Loot Gray 2.0. Look at it that way. Is what this is. So,
yeah,
repackage. Yeah, different gimmick. So it's we're having fun with that. But then we got some no contest.
Off to a good start.
He is the 31 points. That's the second highest. I mean, the tags aren't broken down, so I don't know how good those were. 83. So with a 6-man team, 83. So 20s, no more than, and 70s. So yeah, nothing there. No, whereas we didn't first event without a tag match other than the triple threat, or the main event rather. Triple threat, 6-man tag. That's the words. So yeah, rather interesting there. But no contests for Papa Snooch and Macho Mendoza, as well as 3J Platinum and Buckend 5. But then Killmonger 8 did defeat Matt Zion 24-10. And again, that's a little kind of representative of some of the stuff, because Matt just does his 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, or he changes up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've seen a lot of people who are like, they're not happy with Ring of Honor, like they don't want to pick them, because they don't know what's going on. I get that, I understand that. I like to think that when it comes out, people are like, it's worth it, it was fun. So we hear both sides of it, because when we hear some people saying I don't want it, others are like, nah, keep it. And we hear you. So we're looking into possibilities here. It's not like we're gonna drop it, but it's not on deaf ears. But it's got to also be actually quantified and not a vocal minority. I'll put it like that, because that's both ways. So we're looking at things, and pretty confidently, like, is it New Japan? No, unless CT does his own thing. We'll see what happens there if CT runs a New Japan. He's not running a New Japan one. He probably would run a New Japan one. Bear me, now that I think about it. Wouldn't he? He would. Like, yeah, the G one's coming. He would do something crazy with that. It wouldn't be real official though. But there are some achievements. The Rider won his first triple threat. We've got myself, Arbiter, and CT all winning our 10th match. That's a fun one. And then Bear Me, you won your 5th tag team match with this one. And then there's career point totals going up as well. And then, as I mentioned, the Kickoff show highlights are here. There's full write-ups for all the matches. Please do check this stuff out. There's a lot of work that goes in these. It is a house show. I didn't really lead with that, but Ring of Honor, AEW, and Impact are house shows. So if you skip them, there's no penalties. So there's not like any kind of problems with booking. Because if you skip WWE shows, okay, we know that you're skipping the stuff that kind of counts. So we're not going to reliably book you into stuff for the future. But these, we know the international distribution for ROH is weird, so some people just simply can't watch it. Well, okay, skip them. Like, don't worry about the shows. But people who still pick anyway, like RGX doesn't watch it, he still picks. He won. That's the thing too. Like, even if you don't want to do Ring of Honor, we shouldn't be doing it. Well, then just don't pick. We're not going to penalize you, because I love it. I'll do everything, but. That might be the best thing. Like, if you hate the idea of all your picks, like, I don't want to do any of these, just don't put in picks. It's fine. Like, you're not going to be penalized for that. But on the flip side, we are going to have fun with it, and it's our storytelling real beats that we can do, like RGX and Costner with stuff where how the entrance was, and myself and Smooth Rock with the beat down, and of course, to scroll through to the bottom here. Here it is, the main event, which took a page before the match started. Yeah. One thing I'll mention during all of this, Bear Me, was, where is it here? Tando accepted the challenge for Survivor Series. Here it is. It was in the Mystery Mask stuff. That's where it was. It is confirmed via this. So if you read the write-up, you'll see in there that the Survivor Series match is confirmed. Team Rallentando versus Team Mystery Mask. I'm going to say it right now. I love the old 90s and 80s style of Survivor Series with weird bonkers teams. So if you like, it's Team Good Guys or whatever goofy name you want to come up with, by all means. Like, more the merrier. It doesn't have to be Team Rallentando and Team Mystery Mask. You can do whatever you want. The Mysterious Men or whatever, right? Like, go for it. Absolutely.
I kind of hope Mystery Mask's team just come out in masks so we don't even know who they are. That'd be great.
Oh, that's actually kind of awesome.
Yeah.
That might be something that needs to be taken into account for the write-up for that, if Mystery Mask is on board with that. That's a really cool idea. But yeah, read through here. Check all the stuff out. There's a lot of work that goes into this by CT, myself, and Red. Red actually didn't get to do any of these write-ups. Stuff happens. No harm, no foul. We wish Red back as soon as possible. Red is on the podcast still. And Red's still part of things. It's just life gets in the way sometimes. Been there. That's why we're recording this Thursday night. But this is a lot of fun. Please check it out. And yeah, that takes us right into Extreme Rules next weekend, BeerMe. So while I get the graphics set, what was your thoughts on Death Before Dishonor here?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good show, really good write-ups. Overall, I was happy with the turnout, and I can't wait for Extreme Rules. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it's got the graphic of Lashley and Orton. That's out of date, especially because Big E won the belt. Yeah, the event itself looks weird. We talk more about that on top of the card probably next week. No, actually, it'll be after. Yeah, there's not many like extreme stipulation matches, but we'll get there. But we're doing it, and yeah, we got a graphic here now with the official song with Escobar and Bastion. Escobar on the left, the first person you see. Funny that. But yeah, BeerMe, let's dive right in with the main card, because I've got some more matches to announce for the kickoff. So we'll get there when we get to the bottom of it. The main event, the FPL World Championship, inside Hell in a Cell, to keep everybody out, like FBU and La Familia and CJ Hawk, is Bastion versus Escobar. The world champion, Bastion, versus the number one contender, Sebastian Escobar. Is Bastion's reign over in his first defense? Or is Escobar going to choke again? What do you think?
I think Bastion's going to win.
Yeah?
I honestly do. Yeah.
That's probably.
I don't think he's going to lose his first defense.
It's probably not fair to say Bastion's going to, or Bastion or Sebastian, that Escobar is going to choke. He could still not get it done, and that's not choking, but that's healer face. Everyone look at it, but I think Bastion probably has it, but the Hell in a Cell might be benefiting Escobar. It's a bit of an unknown quantity with him in this situation, but I've seen Bastion in enough of these to know that he's probably got this one.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Bastion being world champ, I'd probably root for Sebastian Escobar.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy either way. I know that. So, my pick is on Bastion, I think, but I would not be surprised if Escobar won. Like you said.
Do you think Hawk cashes in?
I was about to ask you that. After the match, I could see it. Now, just so people know, the way Hell in a Cell matches work is your points are doubled. So if you put 5 on something and got it right, you're getting 10. But if you get it wrong, you're getting negative 10. As opposed to just nothing. You get 5 for right or 0 for wrong. Hell in a Cell is crazy like that. If Hawk cashes in after the match, the points are actually the core original points. So Sebastian Escobar's 5-pointer, which became 10 when he got it right, is only worth 5 in the actual cash-in match, if you follow me there. So he's not getting his Hell in a Cell score against Hawk. Now, if Hawk joins the match, he's her Hell in a Cell style too. It's that's what we're dealing with. So I think if he does cash in, it'll be after. But at this point, I don't think he's going to cash in. I think he's going to wait for a different show. But if he does cash in, it's going to be on Escobar. Not that he knows who's going to win going in, right? Because he has to decide before the show deadline. But storyline wise, I don't think he'd cash in on Bastion, but he would on Escobar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I don't think he's going to cash in here.
No, I don't think so.
No. I think he's going to wait it out. He seems like the waiting type guy.
For the record, with the write-up, when I wrote in that he was backstage watching and the back and forth with the champions, I sent that to CT because he does all the stuff with our write-ups. And I said, well, there's a section in there if we need it. If he cashed in, we'll find out because only he knows. The only two people that knows if CJ Hawk cashed in are CJ Hawk and CT. So I could have wrote that for nothing because he cashed in instead. Right? So
right.
It's just fun. We have no idea until the write-ups go up. Only those two know. So, I mean, Bastion knows that. He was paranoid and panicking about NXT. So
yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. But next up is the FPL Canadian Championship. The man who cannot be defeated by anybody, Tando, tries to get his belt back against Smooth Rock. And it's his belt. Like, he's the champion, but he wants his belt back. That's all that is. Watson rules, and of course that means no rope breaks. That means 20 count on the outside. That means you must defeat the champion. And however you do it gets you the win. So if Tando is so angry and gets disqualified, he'll lose the title to Smooth Rock. That's key, and that's what's been happening. So Smooth Rock might have gotten in his head. This might be Smooth Rock's time to win because he just outsmarted him violently. What do you think? What do you think on that?
I think that Smooth Rock is a very worthy challenger, and I think that he has gotten into the head of Tando. But until somebody beats Tando for that title, I'm going to continually pick Tando to win.
Same.
Because he's held it for so long.
Yep. Same. Smooth Rock is probably, no offense, the most dangerous challenger yet. I said that about Broken Nerd.
Yeah.
I think Smooth Rock is an even more dangerous challenger. But I think it's probably still Tando taking it home. Unless he just snaps. Which if he loses, that's probably how the write-up's going to go. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good way to do it. That's a pretty cool way to do it. But yeah, I think he's going to retain though and get his belt back, and we move on to the next challenger, whomever that'll be. And I mean, he's got his hands full with Mystery Mask at Survivor Series, so likely someone from that situation would be the next contender, like TLC time frame in December, probably. Maybe even the Rumble. I'm not sure the specifics. It's getting murky because we don't know what shows or what exactly, but we'll see what happens. Day one even is a thing on New Year's, so we'll see what happens with that. BeerMe, this one, I know you're going to be a little biased here. It's the FPL American Championship. Alexander McKenzie, another man who can't be beat, but also doesn't exactly win, in a 10,000 bottle cap death match against you. Who you got?
Well, obviously, I would pick myself.
Yep.
I know a thing or two about beer and beer bottles, even though I did lose a beer bottle on a full match once. But
oh, that's right, yeah.
I am going to hopefully bring the American Championship home to America.
I think this is a similar situation where this is the greater threat. Yeah. Okay, you're not gonna like this. You would have been the greater threat, but you've not been winning the big ones lately. If you know what I mean. And if you had been, I'd be like, yeah, I think McKenzie might shut you down.
I mean, I did beat him in a non-title, so
why? So that's why I'm like, like, I think it's gonna be tough and it's gonna be close. I think I jokingly said no contest before, right?
Yeah, because he's been tying a lot. So
now it's a death match, and I believe that one's similar with like the positives and negatives. Do check the rules on our Discord. Go like and follow and go in there and check it out. But there is a rule section in there for how exactly death matches work regarding points. Watch the rules for the sake of it to mention it because we're going through Extreme Rules. It's just pure points. And if there's a tie, we then go into bonuses in sequential order of the bonuses. First one to get one right or wrong gets that and wins. This is just straight up deathmatch, so it's gonna be a little different. But I think you can absolutely win this one, but I think he's gonna be too tough of a mountain to climb right now. If this was maybe a little later or even earlier, you might have had it. But I got a bad feeling, man. I don't think you're gonna take this one.
Yeah.
I want you to.
You had no faith in me.
No, I want you to win.
Right.
Right. You just no contest it, and you join JD and RGX in the list, and it becomes a 4-way at some point, and it gets crazy, right? So yeah.
Oh God, that would be insane.
Yeah, that's what's gonna take. He's gonna build up to a 6-man by chamber, and we're gonna have it in there again. That's all. You know. God, that'd be cool actually if it went that long. That'd be insane. Chamber to chamber. Anyway,
right.
Next up, the FPL Continental Tag Team Championship, a tables elimination hardcore match. That's the key part, the hardcore match. It is Simple Creatures, Modstep, and Chappers in their second defense after obtaining over the Strays against Death Money Inc., the people they won it from, the Arbiter and Kano Mac. I think if anyone's going to dethrone them, it's going to be DMI in this match. If they don't, I have no idea who it's going to be. Like, this is a Jonathan Gresham situation. Like, if these guys don't do it, who the hell can?
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick DMI. I don't know why, but I'm going to pick DMI.
I kind of am, too. I kind of see it. So
I should, because I don't bet against the creatures, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm going with it, too.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
The stip. It's the stip.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I think that's what it is. If it was straight up, no. But I think that's stipulation. I think they're going to take it with that. So, again, double check all participants. Hardcore rules. Go check it out. Submission rules. These are easy. BeerMe knows all about these. RateWrestle versus the Midnight Rider. They just were in the triple threat with Chef Urban. And the Rider got the win. This is a technical match. Not going to lie, I've kind of been eyeing RateWrestle for a submission match, so I kind of like that Lee got it. And
yeah,
how this works is your most confident one is your 1-pointer on this one. Because if you get this 1-pointer wrong, you tap out. If nobody gets their 1-pointer wrong, it's just points. So that's a submission match. So I'm going with Lee. Sorry, Rate. You're really good. You'd probably win it otherwise, but I'm going with Lee. Sorry. He did this with a triple threat, too, so.
Man, this is a really good match because both of their characters are actually really technical, like wrestling-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but also, like, aggressive.
And
like,
yes,
they're angry people, too, so.
Yeah, it'd probably be like shades of like some Gresham versus Woods where they just get mad at each other. But man, this is hard. I'm gonna pick Lee because he's won a couple in a row. I think the momentum continues, and I want to say that Honor Club's probably not going to have a good night.
Fair enough.
I don't think I picked a single one of them to win.
No, same. That's fine. That's fine. Now we have a lumberjack match. I completely forget the rules for that. They're over on the site. But it's Luke Gray with the old graphic. We'll update that by match time. Versus Jonathan C.T. Martin. Ironically, the person who'll be doing that update. But it's these two. CT, maybe he won't update it just because he's angry at Luke. But it's CT versus Luke. The god versus the follower that was forgotten or faked or whatever it is. The false follower, if you want to call it that. Yeah, Luke, you're supposed to win this one storyline-wise, Luke. You really are, but you're not gonna, because CT's just gonna do what CT does. He's gonna win that one. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Luke 2.0. I think he's gonna.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna shock. I think he's gonna shock CT. I don't think CT's gonna. I think CT's gonna take him too lightly, and I think Luke's gonna get to victory.
I could see that. I think he's still gonna
because
have a bad night. Yeah,
CT's starting to get really full of himself being a god now, for the FPL. So, I mean, you sometimes get caught when you think like that. So
I could see it. I could see it.
Gonna do it.
Next up, speaking of contenders for the championships, the FPL American Championship #1 contender, Street Fight, hardcore match. RGX 1-on-1 once again with Josh Dionio.
It's not going to be a no contest.
No. but I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say RGX because he's got a new finisher in mind. He's kind of going a little 2.0 as well. I think he's got this one. He's gonna pull away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same. I'm gonna go with the same reason. Give me RGX.
Yeah.
Well, he can't be 2.0. He's got 3 letters. 3.0.
Yeah, there you go.
Give me RGX 3.0.
Now, I face James Costner in a 30-minute Ironman match. There's a lot of bad blood on this one. It's the antidote versus the reason for the antidote, as he said. I'm going to win that. I'm confident on that. I'm starting to get some confidence back. I got this one.
Yeah,
I got this. Costner's dangerous though. He's going to make me pay, but I think I got him. I think I can get this one.
I mean, going into this match, you're gonna be pretty ticked off because of what he did. Maybe your emotions will get the best of you. Maybe he'll catch you a few times. I don't know.
That's fine. It's an Ironman match.
I
could take a few DQs in there and just work my way back up with some submissions. It's fine. It's fine.
That is very true. Yeah, I think I'll pick. You know what? I'm gonna pick you, Scott. I'll be the good co-host. And pick
you. Appreciate that. I feel bad now.
I got you. No.
Now, the FPL Continental Tag Team Championship also has a number 1 contender match. It's a ladder match. OVS, Angela Grace and Jason Blades versus La Familia, Dedrick Cyrus and the Alpha Dog. Ladder match means if you get certain matches correct, sequentially, you get 5 in a row, you pull the case or the brief or whatever it is, and you win. Otherwise goes to points. I should mention the Ironman match is the simply number of matches you get correct. So say we both get one right, that's 1-1. And that's how the score is going to go. So that's Iron Man. I think La Familia, I'm not betting against them. They're winning this number 1 contender match.
I think they are too. I think the big wild card in this is Angela Grace because Jason Blades has kind of been on a. Well, he was on a. I mean, beat JJ Rocky, and I mean, I beat him at All Out, but he's been doing really well. So I think if Angela Grace shows up and does really well, I think that they could. If this will get interesting. It could go either way. But I am going to pick La Familia to win this because again they've been on a roll.
Grace could be that missing piece, like ironically Dedrick Cyrus was over on that other side, right?
Yeah.
So that could be the turning point.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly,
Yep.
Lastly, it is the 4-corner strap match, a rematch between Chef Urban looking to rebound and Mad Elite Titan. They went to a no contest a while back, so this is some pecking order movement absolutely between these two. I'm going with Urban. I think he's got the momentum building, and I think he's going to take this one. What do you got?
I am also going to pick Urban, and I think that he's going to win this because again he beat Bastion it all out, and the Mad Elite Titan he's been doing pretty good too. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Chef Urban. He's gonna cook Mad Elite Titan. Pick up the W.
He's gonna cook him. Nice. Now I've got at least a couple kickoff show matches to announce. We have a hardcore match: Cammy Cat versus Cam.
Oh.
And I'm kind of leaning towards Cammy Cat just because it's hardcore and Cam's going to suffer for it. But Cam's I should never bet against Cam either. So take your pick on that one. But I think Cammy Cat's the one to win on that.
Yeah, I think the character fits it. I'm gonna go with Cammy as well.
And the last match to announce is the Strays, Sherf Dog and Michael Marsh versus CM Carlito and Wookie. I don't have a stipulation for that. I think it's just a straight-up match like the rest of the kickoff will. I don't believe they're all going to be stipulation-y. But that's going to be there also. Carlito and Wookie are really looking to rebound, and so are the Strays for that matter after the tag title loss. So I could see them looking to turn that around. I just don't know if they will because one slide to the creatures and it can be all downhill. So we'll see if they can turn that around or not. But they're probably going to take that one. They're probably going to win that. But Carlito and Wookie, this is their time to bring it back. What do you think?
That is true. I'm going to pick the Strays to rebound, though.
Mm.
Yeah, they were riding high, and then they lost the tag title match. But I think they rebound here and go back on their path to maybe trying to get the gold again.
Could be, could be. No, that is in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, we just broke the whole card down, so wait to see what happens next week. But we are looking towards the future already. We do have Bound for Glory coming up a month afterwards. There is Full Gear a month, or really 3 weeks after that. And then, yeah, there's Survivor Series, and already announced Team Tando, with Tando, of course, and Broken Nerd, with 3 more to go, against Team Mystery Mask, with Mystery Mask and 4 more to go. So that and many more will be coming, Beer Me. It's going to be absolutely insane seeing what happens by Survivor Series, because already Tendo's team is himself and Nerd, people who were going at it in a violent Canadian title match. Now they're on the same side. I love Survivor Series. It's fun. Like, what, you never know what to expect with that kind of thing, right? So
that's true.
Yeah. Do you think Mr. Mask is going to get some reliable backup? Like, he's kind of come from below quick, right? So who do you think is going to side with him against the Canadian champion and Broken Nerd? Do you think he's going to get some names or what?
Honestly, he's a man of mystery, so I really don't know. He's obviously has to have a plan, because I don't think he would just go into this blindly and just pick 4 random people. So I think he's got a plan. I don't know what it'll be, but
well, I'm looking forward to that as well, and I hope everybody else is also. Remember, go to our Discord, follow down below. You'll see everything for Death Before Dishonor results. You'll see the Extreme Rules booking page, and this exact page I'm looking at is on there as well. And yeah, check that stuff out. Check out the history. Check out the roster. Follow along with the live event stuff. I know there's going to be a GCW card this weekend. Some of us are going to be watching probably in live event as well. Be some fun stuff. Check that out. But bear me, I'll leave it there. We'll cut this one quick. It's been about a half hour. We went a little extra because I didn't really plan to really cover Extreme Rules all that much, but we kind of did. So next week we'll just have to announce more matches for the future, I guess. It's something like that. That might be the way to go, and just really break down some last minute stuff for the matches. But I think we're good. What do you think?
I think we're good.
Yeah? Okay. Well, let's hold it there. Thanks again, everybody. This, again, is the Frontline Prediction League. Frontline League on Twitter. Like, follow, subscribe this YouTube channel for these videos and character promos. And then go on our Discord to see more of all that fun stuff as well. I'll leave it there. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.